So this is video journal, day 1 on the trail, actually day 2 of our trek. Yesterday was just a day in base camp, running around, getting everything ready. Today is our first day on the trail. It is Sunday, July 21st, about 7:25 p.m. We're here in Cimarron, New Mexico on Philmont, and we had a pretty good day. Started off the trailhead. We went and did the T-Rex trek and went and saw the T-Rex track fossils. And then we had about a 2.6 mile hike here to McBride Canyon. And we had lunch. We filled up water at a creek and used our purification tablets. And then we set up camp here behind me. And you can see the guys all under the tents. I'm sorry, dining fly. And Cleese made a nice fire with soaking wet wood. We had a long rainstorm here. We were able to get our tents up in the rain. Cooked dinner there under the dining fly that you see. We had beef stroganoff. It was delicious, and it was nice because it was warm because it's been raining on us. So I know Chloe's a little bit cold. I know everybody's kind of wishing they had a little bit more clothes because of the rain and the wind, but you can take a look around here and see it's a pretty cool little site. So anyway, tomorrow we are headed to Indian Writings to look at the periographs, I think, and then on to Metcalf Canyon Camp, where we'll be staying the night, and I think we're going to do railroad tying there, maybe blacksmithing, and I will check in again tomorrow. So take a look at everybody. You're all having fun, and so far so good. It's a fun time. All right, so here is a video blog. Actually, I'm going to repeat and do day 3 on the trail, which was actually our day 2. Yeah, and I didn't get a chance to do it last night just because we had so much going on. I just want to capture it before we forget. But basically, we left McBride and went to Indian Writings, where we looked at the petroglyphs, Indian writings, and then we went over and through the big ancelate, whatever they're called, big spears, and that was pretty fun. Then we got a quick moment on the road and headed on to Metcalf Station, which we made pretty good time on that. Hannah struggled a little bit getting up the hills, but we all made do. It was good. Hold on a second. And then at Metcalf Station, we got there. As soon as we got there, we went and did railroad tie making, putting in railroad ties, leveling them, straightening them, and then we were able to take a hand car down the tracks. And then we went back and did blacksmithing, which we made a butter knife. And then we went back to camp and we cooked dinner, put up the bear bags. We then rushed back for a little counselor coffee, and then rushed back from there to have a meeting with James to talk about Wilderness Pledge and a bunch of other stuff with just what Philmont should mean to you. And then we rushed back for campfire again that night, so it was a lot of rushing. That's why I wasn't able to send any updates home last night, and in bed, and then up the next day super early at I got up I think about 4:25, and I'll pick it up from there. And so today we went from Metcalf Station to Poneal, which is where I'm at right now, where it's the horseback riding, which we just finished, which was pretty fun. But again, it is hard to be on a horse for a couple hours. Makes you kind of sore, but we rode in around the cliffs, around the whole camp. It was very cool. Cavalcade was there, and they had just finished their 12-day trek being on horses. So they were doing some barrel racing and figure eight and a bunch of stuff. It looked pretty fun. And we had lunch. It was Spam. No one really cared for. Again, we had a pretty good trek on the way here. It was Hannah again struggling a little bit up the hills, just catching her breath. I don't think it's physical, more altitude, mental. Everyone else is doing good. I just took a shower, which I was smart enough to bring my towel with me so that I could jump in the shower, but I didn't have any soap, but at least I feel a whole lot better. And we're getting ready to do chuck wagon. We already put up our tents in the bear bag, and we're getting ready to go to the dinner they're going to make for us, and then have a cowboy show this evening. And then tomorrow it's on the way to Poblano. So that's it. Bye. Okay, redo. Today is July 25th, 2024. I'm going to do a recap from last night. I know I covered part of it for our Wednesday on the trail. We got up in the morning. We went to our conservation project with Ev and I forgot her name. So did our conservation project for about 3 hours. We broke rocks and cleared trail. We came back to camp. We packed up our tents, headed into town. We were hoping to get our resupply, but unfortunately they were closed for lunch for about an hour. So instead we actually hung out for a little bit. I got a shower, Jason got a shower. We went to the trading post, had a quick root beer. Chloe got some laxative, and we got our resupply, and then we hit the trail very late yesterday. And we had very heavy packs because we're carrying a lot of water and all of our food for the next 4 days. And it was a pretty tough hike. Had to make quite a few stops. And I know everybody was hurting when we got to camp last night. We got to camp, put up our bear bags, set out the troop gear, started dinner, set up our tents, and then we scurried off to, this was Poblano, to Poblano's little show that they had last night, and it was really good. They, 4 guys playing instruments, a slap harmonica, a mandolin, 2 guitars, and got some video of that, so that was pretty cool. So it was a kind of a long day for us. We were all pretty tired when we got back. We're having some first signs of some blisters, and I think Cleese and Riley, I know Cleese's one boot is kind of rubbing on her. That's really the only injuries that we had, and the good news is Chloe finally got to poop after taking a liquid laxative and 2 pills. She was able to do that. So today is actually our 6th day of Philmont and our 5th day on the trail. We are headed to French Henry. We'll get water, pan for gold, and maybe a mine tour. Also, I forgot that we did wait this morning. We have an 8 o'clock appointment coming up here shortly to do spar pole climbing because we missed it yesterday. And then we're on our way to Azurite, do dry camp for 2 days, and then we'll climb Baldy the next day. So anyway, that's the video recap for today, Thursday the 25th. Okay, so again, continued. I believe this is day 6 of the trek, day 5 on the trail. We started the morning and we were in Poblano, and we got up, broke down camp, went and did spar pole climbing, which is really fun. I got good videos, and we got in the trail, had a beautiful day. Went to French Henry. In French Henry, we did a little talk about the mines, and then kind of a mine artifact tour, and then we did a little panning for gold. And about that time, clouds rolled in, it started storming, and the hail started coming down, probably about dime size hail for about 10 minutes. I got some pictures of that, and we waited that out, and we waited a bit to see if we could switch our camp from Azurite to Copper Park, because this puts us higher up on the trail, closer to climb Baldy tomorrow. So it's been raining on us ever since. It's quit now. So we all got wet and came about 1 mile straight up this hill. We've done about 2,000 feet in elevation today. As you can see, I'm out of breath from climbing this hill. Finally, it's a little flattened out as we hike on to Copper Park. Jacob and Billy Jr. and Riley and Chloe and Cleese are up ahead of me, and I'm here in the middle, and Scott, Big Billy, and Hannah and Jason are behind me. I think Hannah's having trouble catching her breath, as we all are. And I know Billy's knees are really starting to hurt. He's got 2 knee braces on. And when we get to Copper Park up here, we're going to set up camp, put up our bear bags, get water. I think we'll probably put up the dining fly in case there's rain, so we have protection, and get to bed early because we're getting up at 3:30 in the morning to start hiking Baldy. So that's it in a nutshell. It's Thursday the 25th of July. That's right, Christmas in July. And so far so good. Everybody's doing good. I'm out. Oh man, this is the hike from French Henry up to Copper Park. We got permission not to stay in Azurite, to stay in Copper Park. And this is a brutal hike. 1 mile straight up. Whew. It's tough terrain. See you at the top. So today is Friday, July 26th. I figured it'd be appropriate to do a video blog with Baldy in the background. We got up at 4 a.m. We left camp here in Copper Park and basically hiked all the way to the top of that mountain in the background. Lots of good pics. Started in the dark, took our time super slow going up the switchbacks, so we were daylight by the time we hit the ridge. Walked across this whole ridge back here and made it to the top basically in I think about 2.5 hours, almost 3. And we sat at the top and we had some coffee and hot chocolate and had lunch and hung out for a while. Obviously got some great pictures. And then we came down the opposite side of the peak there. You can see down the other ridge to down to Baldy Town. That was a pretty hard hike, just with all the rocks and brambles and tough stuff to walk through downhill. Hard on the ankles, hard on the feet. Cleese actually did the entire hike in Crocs, if you can believe that, since her feet were hurting. And we came down into Baldy Town, got our food resupply, and some of us, including myself, took some quick showers and packed our day packs back up. By the way, we only carried day packs since we're coming back to this camp. And we headed back out and came back here to Copper Park. This is a pretty cool place with our campsite here in the middle of the woods, as you can see. Came back here and basically a bunch of us went and took naps because we were exhausted, but we were back here by 2 o'clock. So it was pretty amazing that we were able to do that whole day, summit Baldy, come back, and then still be able to take a little nap. So after our nap, Billy and Scott got our fire going with wet firewood, and we're just getting ready to start dinner. Tonight's dinner is mac and cheese and a beef stick, so tasty stuff. Anyway, tomorrow is kind of our last day. It's our last staffed camp in Miranda. We're supposed to be fur trading, muzzleloader shooting, and tomahawk throwing. And so tomorrow will be our last night here on the trail at Philmont. The next day we hike 1.6 miles out to the trailhead, and the bus should take us back to the Philmont Welcome Center, where we'll stay in base camp again one more night before we get up and catch the train and start heading back home. So it's been a wonderful, wonderful adventure. So much fun with everybody. We had the best crew. Of course, everybody made it to Baldy. It's been a really special thing that I was able to do this 41 years later with my two daughters, and it was quite the memorable experience. We had a great time. So I will hopefully get another one in tomorrow. Bye-bye. Okay, it is Saturday, July 27th, our last day, I guess, night on the trail. We are in Miranda Camp. If you look off in the distance here, in between the trees, you can kind of see Baldy. Got a big open meadow, some teepees. There's the Miranda Camp. The guys and girls just won the axe throwing competition, and they're going to get pudding cups. And one lucky winner will actually win a tomahawk handle. We also shot muzzle loaders today. We got to sleep in till 6 a.m. this morning and got up and headed to Baldy Town. We lost about 2,000 feet altogether today. Spent a little time in Baldy Town, just kind of getting some commissary and a couple of things and a water pickup, and came in here to Miranda. Again, we did tomahawks, which everybody seemed to love, and everybody loved the muzzle loading shooting. It was real fun. Cooked dinner. It was ramen noodles with some summer sausage, and we are going to get ready to go to the campfire. Like I said, they just had a competition, and our crew won the tomahawk competition, and we had advisor's coffee and getting ready to watch our final show on the trail. We're going to sleep in again, I think, till 6 o'clock a.m. tomorrow, and hike like a short 1.6 mile hike out to the trailhead and get picked up by the bus, and takes us back to base camp and for our final night at Philmont and closing campfire. So kind of a short program today, but we got to have a lot of downtime today, kind of a relaxing day, and super fun. So check in tomorrow when we're back at base camp.